Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma Lefebvre and I just got a package that I'm very excited to share with you, so let's dive right in. Okay, so I was browsing YouTube, watching some of the artists that I subscribe to, and I came across a video from Chrissy Rice that she partnered with Sarah Renee Clark, who also has an art channel, and I saw this product that Sarah has called the Color Cube, and I had to have it, so I bought it. So let's just start by unboxing it and seeing what this actually is. Okay, so there are 2 volumes of the Color Cube, and I decided to buy both volume 1 and 2 because I can't have one without the other. This is what they look like. I did open one just to have a quick peek. I could not wait, but I didn't open the other. And this one, I believe, is volume 1, and this one is volume 2. You can tell by the inside of the box. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to start by opening one for you. And basically, what this is a physical color inspiration, color palette chart. Don't mind me, I'm super good with my words today. So it comes in this beautiful box, this Color Cube, which is going to look beautiful on my shelf once I clean it off. And then inside, like I said, there are tons of color palettes. This is a little number 1 sticker, so you can stick it on the box so you know which one is box 1, box 2. And inside comes all these beautiful cards with color palette inspirations. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I have a Pinterest board of color palettes that I refer to somewhat often, but these are a physical version of them, basically, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with these. So they have a photo on the front with the colors at the bottom, and then they also have the back. She included a shade of the color and then a tint of the color, and then the color name, and then I guess the code if you are doing some digital art, so that will help you kind of figure out what color it actually is. But I can just see myself using these color palettes, ones that I really, really love for inspiration, have fun color matching. You guys know I love color matching. I haven't done color matching videos in a very long time, but I think this is just going to be so much fun because you can use, like, I don't even know how many there are. I think there's 250 in each box. Let me see the last card. Yeah, 250. Like, look at that beautiful fall palette. Now, the only thing with this is that I'm going to have to figure out how to find color palettes that I want, because there are 250 in here. I'm going to have to go through them and see which ones I love, maybe do like a favorites list or organize them by color or feeling. I have no idea. But there are instructions about how to use these, how to match colors, the hex codes, like I said, for digital work, and just a little bit more about that. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm not just here just to show you the cards. I thought we would play a little game of color matching roulette and maybe do a little painting out of it. So I'm going to randomly pick. First, I'm just going to show you the other box quickly. It's the same thing, just with, I think, 250 more colors. So this is volume 2. There's a little volume 2 sticker here. But then there's just tons more. Like, look at this. It's amazing. And these are amazing reference photos for landscapes and stuff if I want. Like, you can use all of these as reference photos with the colors that you can match. So I think this is a genius idea. You know, there's colors that you wouldn't necessarily think to put together, and it's beautiful. So I'm really excited to use these and share more of it with you on my channel for inspiration of color palettes. But for now, let's pick one at random and paint. Okay, so I have picked my reference palette and kind of photo. I am going to be painting with this limited palette. I have olive green, ultramarine blue. I think this is phthalo turquoise, Winsor blue green shade, cadmium red deep, I think, or no, Winsor red, permanent rose, yellow ochre, and lemon yellow. So I'm going to just try to match the colors in this palette just using these. I have my Wonder Forest sketchbook here, just something that I could use. And then I have my Emma Lefebvre Craft Mo brushes. And we're going to first try and match the colors here. And then I'm just going to paint something. I think I might paint some hydrangeas. I just really like this kind of muted, it almost feels like vintagey kind of palette. So let's start by matching the colors. Okay. So let's begin with this kind of peachy color. So I notice it's a little bit muted. So first we want to think of the base color, which is peach. So in order to make a peach, we need yellow and pink. So basically like an orange, but a bit more pinky. So we're going to have a bit more pink to it. Like so. Now, as you can see, this is a bit too bright, right? So we need to mute it just a little bit. I think it needs to be a bit more pinky. We need to mute it. And to mute it, all you do is add pink's contrasting color, which is green. Now, this green is a little too yellowy for me. So I think I'm going to just do maybe, let's create a green here with this ultramarine blue. Let's see what green. Maybe a little bit darker. There. Ultramarine blue and lemon yellow, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that to our pink here to mute it. And that is actually pretty close, just a tad bit. Adding a contrasting color will, just a little bit, will mute your colors. So there's our first one. That's pretty similar. It's a little bit darker, but we can always add a little bit more water and just make it a lighter value. But we got the basics of it. Okay, and then we have this kind of like darker, kind of maroony color. So I'm gonna go, it's kind of like a dark red. So I'm gonna start with our red here that we have, which is our Winsor red. And then again, to make it more muted and darker, we just need to add its contrasting color. So again, red and pink, they derive from the same color. So you want to add its contrasting color, which is green. Again, I'm going to choose my ultramarine. And the reason why I'm choosing ultramarine is because I feel like it's just the darker of the blue. It's a little bit warmer. And it's just kind of giving me the vibe I want to go for. But you could always try a different green and see how that changes it. Let's add a little bit more. It's not dark enough. Grab a bit more green. Actually, let's just, if you do half and half, it's going to make brown. But that's pretty much it there, I think. I think it needs a bit more red. Maybe even a bit more pink. And that's also pretty close right there. Okay, so there's that color. Now for this green. It's kind of like a lime green, but it's very soft. So I'm going to try and not use green, like my green paint for this. I want to try and mix them. So I'm going to say it's like a brighter lime green. So I would need a brighter blue. I'm thinking let's go with our Winsor blue. And then our lemon yellow. Now that's really, really bright, right? And I feel like this is just a little bit muted. So I'm going to take a little bit of this red. Just a little bit. To mute it a bit. And then I'm going to water it down to make it really light. And there you go. There is kind of our match. We could use just a bit more. Fairly similar. I actually really like this color palette. Okay. And then for our brown, again, to make brown, you can mix two contrasting colors evenly. My favorite way to make brown is green and red. So again, we're just kind of mixing all the colors here. Let's just mix whatever we have here and see what color brown it makes us. Okay, so it needs to be a little bit lighter. That's a bit too dark. I feel like it's a bit too blue heavy, so I'm going to add a bit more red to it. And it's almost like an orangey kind. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. It's like a warmer brown, but also a little bit muted. So just a little bit more blue. I feel like that's pretty similar. And there we go. Maybe a bit more color. All right, there we go. And then our last color is that green, and without trying to make green, I'm gonna mix it. So again, I'm just gonna go, because I feel like this darker blue ultramarine is a warmer blue, so it naturally, ultramarine wants to mix more of a purple. It leans more towards cool colors. I'm trying to remember if this is right. So it wants to make a purple. It wants to mix purple. It's leaning more towards that way. So adding ultramarine will kind of mute your greens just a little bit. If you want to make a really vibrant green, you would use like cooler, no, warmer. Oh my gosh, this is one I always get mixed up on, the blues. I can't remember, but the one that wants to mix green, which would be this green shade of, you know, blue. My brain is so gone. Okay. I swear I make sense sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to add a bit of red just because it's a little bit too vibrant, and that's too much. And there we go. We made our brown again. We don't want that. Let's grab more yellow and then more blue. And we're getting there. A little bit more yellow. I think that is it. There we go. And there is our color palette. It's a pretty good match, if I do say so myself. I think I did pretty well. Sorry if I like totally messed that up of what is cool and what is warm colors. I explain it better in other videos. My brain is just gone, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is, but we're just going to go with this today. Okay, so there's our color match. Now I just want to do like a rough hydrangea, kind of like that, because it looks really pretty. So I'm going to start off with this peachy color, and I'm just going to do these petals kind of going around in a circle. There's 4 petals in a hydrangea, little flower. We're making them very loose. So I'm just kind of imagining them go around. You might not see all the petals in each individual little flower. They're going to cluster together. Like this. I feel like I should use more color. And then I'm going to take the darker color, hold on, and I'm going to start like kind of tapping it into the middle of each of the flowers. And then I might even do a couple petals like down here that are this color. So it's like there's more shadow on the one side. Very, very loose. And I really like this color cue because it's a great way to kind of just gain inspiration. Like you don't have to spend an hour on a painting. You could just do something very, very loosely and just be inspired by these color palettes or even the subject matter, right? You don't have to follow the color palettes necessarily, but it's just kind of fun to do. Add a bit more color here. A bit darker on the side. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab some of our brown that we made. And I'm just gonna have some of the stems kind of passing through, and it's still wet, so you're gonna get a little bit of that color bleed of the brown. This reminds me of like a fall vintagey looking hydrangea, which I love. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this dark green to do the leaves. And I might use that light green for like a background or something. I feel like I need to go darker with our green. Okay, let's make it darker. Excuse me for contaminating my yellow. I do it all the time. A little bit of red in there. adding some of that darker green. Like that, just for fun. And then I'm just going to take my larger brush and I'm just going to take a light wash of this and just kind of go around the background just for that little pop of bright green color. I know it's kind of hard to see with my lighting and it's so light. Let's see if I can make it again. It's a bit too yellowy. I like it though. And it just can like set you up for other paintings, maybe just give you a little spark of a color palette, like I said, or, you know, a reference photo. So yeah, this is a lot of fun to use this color cube for, and I think I will definitely be using it a lot more in my work if I'm feeling stuck, just as even an exercise like this to practice color matching or anything. So yeah, there we go. So there is our color palette and our inspiration. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something. I will put all the information of where you can purchase these cubes in the description below. Make sure you go check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram and all my other platforms for tons more content. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.